everyone, today I have a question for you to answer. If an angry partner, man and woman, were put together inside a room and they are arguing each other, who do you think will probably win the argument? So there's a quote saying, arguing with a woman is like getting arrested. Everything you say can and will be used against you. Perhaps, if you are a man, you were unconsciously nod your head when you heard the quotes that I just read. Am I right? But if you are a woman, you might find yourself disagreeing to that quote because God knows what happened in your mind while trying to make the other party understand your situation. Right? So, the reason why I bring up this situation today is because, according to the research at the University of Texas, Austin, men and women speak about 16,000 words a day, yet they don't feel like their partner are listening to them nor understand their situation precisely. In other words, they are talking but they doesn't feel like they are connecting or on the same page. Thus, many difficulties arise and cause partners to feel triggered. Dr. Carol Gilligan, a Harvard psychologist, states that men and women may speak different languages that they assume are the same, and often these differences create communication breakdowns and lead to many arguments. Today, I will talk about two major differences in male and female communication skill in hope that it will help partners to understand each other better. Firstly, men are fixers, but women want to be heard. When interacting, men strives to fix things. For men, conversation goals are dominance and tangible results. They place greater value on their end goal and their independence. Conversation from the male perspective is often more pragmatic. When women share their feelings, men strive to identify and solve the problem, which may make women feel misunderstood while the man believes he has fixed the problem. This does not meet a woman's need for comfort and compassion. Women use conversation to express ideas, increase social connection, and build relationship. Women want to feel supported, heard, understood, and respected. Women often wish to discuss problem in order to describe how they are feeling. When their partner tells them what to do, they do not feel heard. The woman often feels that he does not understand or care about her feelings. She just wants to be acknowledged and heard when discussing her concerns and feelings. Secondly, the non-verbal communication. Men and women in general respond to non-verbal communication differently. Nodding is a non-verbal. Men often nod to show agreement, while women nod to show they are listening. At meetings, women might nod their head to show they are listening. Men think that women is agreeing with them. He then assumes the woman will go along with his idea. He is surprised when she later disagrees, since she nodded her head. She has no idea why he thought she agreed with him since he never asked her. In contrast, men only nod their heads when they agree. If a woman is speaking and she doesn't see his head nod as he listens, she assumes he either disagrees or is not listening. Another example of non-verbal communication is a touch. A touch can release oxytocin, which helps to create bonds. Some individuals want to be touched while others are more guarded. According to the Journal of Nonverbal Behavior, male and female respondents agree that touch from a close friend of the opposite sex is pleasant and touch from the same-sex person is unpleasant. However, touch from an opposite-sex stranger is considered to be unpleasant by women but quite pleasant by men. For women, the meaning of a touch is primarily influenced by how well they know the other person. For men, the meaning is primarily determined by the other person's sex. In other words, women often touch for bonding, comfort, and connection, while for men, touch indicates sexual desire. Some studies have suggested that there are biological underpinnings behind these differences. That is, men's and women's brains simply work differently. Number 1, the anterior cortex is larger in women than men. So, this can lead to more time spent ruminating and processing for women than in men. In turn, that is related to women who can show more sensitivity while making decisions. Number 2, women's brain feature a larger corpus callosum. This means that the typical male brain might be better at focusing on a single project, while a woman's brain might be better at making connection. Number 3, testosterone has a much different effect on men than women. Men lose testosterone when they experience a setback, but they gain it when they experience success. This might explain why men often seek solitude after a challenging day. In conclusion, though men and women communicate differently, it is important to keep in mind that one way is not better than the other. As covered by the BBC website, research has suggested that gender can affect differences in personality, but not to the extent that communication becomes impossible. In relationship, partners can keep each other's general communication traits in mind when making decisions and supporting one another. Remember, relationships never die a natural death. They are always murdered either by ego or by lack of communication. Thank you.